Right, now we're going to discuss something that if you're new to this information you're going to find hard to deal with. And this is where I part company with the mainstream historians, whether they are pro-Roman or anti-Roman. And that is that the Roman Empire was part of the New World Order agenda. Yep, the very same New World Order agenda that's going on today, which I discuss in my other films, was going on back then. In fact, it began in Atlantis. That's where the Illuminati was first founded. They first took power in the first civilizations of Egypt and Sumer, and they carried their legacy through to the period of the Roman Empire, and the Roman Empire was their puppet regime. And this is why they were so keen on holding on to Britain. This island, especially the southern half of this island, has always been like the Holy Grail for these people, for this Illuminati. For some reason, they are fixated on this part of the world. Some people say it's the heart chakra of the world. There's lots of theories about it from an occult point of view. But there's no doubt the Romans expended a quarter of all their resources on just maintaining this one province, Britannia. They went to enormous efforts against a lot of political opposition to hold on to this country. For 500 years they held on to this country. And that's why, if Boudica had won, it would have been a turning point in history even greater than the conventional historians acknowledge. What it could have meant is it could have actually meant the end of the New World Order back then. It could have meant the destruction of the Illuminati's regime. It could have led to a complete downfall of the New World Order and true freedom on Earth 2,000 years ago. It was an opportunity that we had all that time ago to do away with the Illuminati and be free. And everything, all the terrible things that have happened over the last 2,000 years, all the killing, all the famine, all the wars, all the environmental destruction, everything that's gone wrong could have been prevented. It's rather like that scene in Lord of the Rings, where, if you read the book or seen the film, where King Isildur has the one ring in his hand after they've beaten Sauron and destroyed his entire army. All he has to do is throw the ring into Mount Doom and into the volcano there, and it's all over forever. They've won, but he doesn't do it, and everything goes back. And then of course then you get the plot which unfolds from the story. It's good in a way that Isildur didn't do it, because then it wouldn't be such a good story, would it? But seriously though, the point is that this is a bit like the world we're in now. We now, as you know, have another opportunity to end the New World Order. A greater opportunity, probably the best opportunity that's been offered or we've managed to gain since that time when Boudica rose up against the Roman rulers of this country. But because Boudica lost, it means we have a much steeper hill to climb. We have much more damage to heal and repair than was the case back then. And it's the transition from the Illuminati occupied world into a free world is going to be all that more traumatic. So it's a shame we can't go back in time, isn't it? Because, you know, if we could just go back, if I could just go back there in time with a machine gun or something and kill all the Romans, or, you know, oh, it's fantasy. I know you can't go back in history, you can't change what's been done, but you can't help feeling a tinge of regret. No one can look back without sensing that longing to change what has been done, to alter what is unalterable. So in a sense, in fighting the New World Order, I feel I'm fighting Boudica's battle. I'm continuing to fight her battle. Another of the great mysteries of the Boudica story is what happened to her. After the defeat of the British army by the Romans in AD 61 and the end of the rebellion, Tacitus doesn't really say what happens after that, really, except that he hears rumours that Boudica poisoned herself. She committed suicide from shame, rather like Hitler did in his bunker. This sort of, again, there's political spin here. Amanda Scott actually points that out in her books. There's it's a sort of thing a dishonoured Roman matron would do, you know, by taking her own life. it's a kind of weakness, a coward's way out, you know. Well, that, like I say, I agree with Amanda Scott on this. That's bollocks. It's all Roman spin. That's not what happened. I know where Boudica died and I know where she's buried. Okay? She died right here on this battlefield with her people. And she's probably lying here today still. They wouldn't, you know, in the rout after this rebellion, when all the rebels were on the run and hiding, there'd have been no time to give her a proper funeral as befits a queen. Because, of course, Celtic royal funerals are very elaborate affairs, and they dug up some Celtic graves with golden chariots and things like that in, and people say, well, Boudica would have one of that. No, she wouldn't. There wouldn't have been time, or money, or effort, or energy to give her a proper burial. She died here with her people, where she belonged. My own feelings for Boudica are summed up on this card. So I've got some flowers, because I've realised no one's ever put flowers on her grave before. Well, I'm going to do that now. It's summed up in these words here. Boudica, my queen, my only queen. Put that in there like that. Okay? Because Boudica is my queen. She's the ancestor of the people of this country, the free people of this country. Not just the Celtic people, like who basically the Celts are the ancestors of the Welsh and the Scots, not the English. But I mean, it's still, genetically we're all the same, you know, in the native people of this country. She's the queen of everyone in this country, whatever your nationality or domestic nationality. She's my queen, she's my only queen. Because I tell you something, right? That Anunnaki reptilian in Buckingham Palace is no queen of mine. And she's no queen of yours. She's no queen of anybody's. So this is for you, Boudica, my queen, my only queen. Thank you for watching Hapanwo TV. Hospital Port's pride and dignity stop the New World Order.